Hi, my name is Staffan Zetterström and I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager of Comtech. And in this video I'm going to address the question why Rheocasting is cheaper than traditional high-pressure die casting. Rheocasting is a semi-solid process route that made its commercial breakthrough in 2018, with volume orders for the automotive industry and also the start of sales of equipment, know-how to other foundries that are starting with Rheocasting. We are facing a massive interest from the market, especially the automotive and telecom industry. And the drivers for this interest is that normal traditional high-pressure die casting does not deliver the same properties based on better alloys with higher functionality than Rheocasting can do. And this is why we are working with the major OEMs and Tier 1s in this rollout of Rheocasting on a global scale. But first of all, let's talk about process cost. When you normally plan for a high-pressure die casting part, you normally calculate with, let's say, 16 to 1800 ton. In Rheocasting, you will end up somewhere 900 to 1000 tons. And the reason for this is that in a semi-solid melt, pressure distribution from the biscuit to the top of the part is distributed very efficiently, giving you time to fill the tool to after feed. Now there's a cost for Rheocasting, but it's smaller than the machine cost delta, meaning you're using a smaller machine with a less hourly rate, and with the investment you will end up in the same process cost per hour or a little bit cheaper. Secondly, the cycle time is the same or faster, depending on that the smaller machine has a quicker movement in the process cycle, and thus you will cast more castings per hour. Now Rheocasting is very flexible, and we have designed this process so you can easily switch between high-pressure die casting and Rheocasting. The meaning of this is that you never ever tie up a big investment in a high-pressure die casting machine that will create a massive investment cost. So there's no problem of making this investment, even that you start with a low amount of production in semi-solid. And then tool wear. With a melt that's approx 100 degrees Celsius cooler, the tool wear is much lesser. So we normally guarantee 60% higher output before the tool is worn out, giving something that 0.2, 0.6 euros per part in a saving. This is also to be included with all the tool management cost, verification cost, and every other cost that's around the tool. So when it comes to process cost, there is simply no real good reason why Rheocasting should be more expensive than high-pressure die casting. And as I said, normally you get a little bit cheaper. So let's talk about total cost. One example, impregnation. Often you hear that impregnation is 0.5 euros per part or something similar. But when you start to take into account sorting, logistics, production deviations, production hours going wasted, normally the factor is 3 to 5 times higher. So if you're a producer of leak-free castings, call us. Now, impregnation is one example. There are many more to be addressed as quality cost drivers, porosity problems, tool wears, etc. Normally, we cannot solve everything in the world with the Rheocasting, but let's say 50, 60, 70% at least. So let's give it a try. Now, there is much more to tell and describe, so please don't hesitate to check us out on www.comtech.se.